Hello, we're live again. So, I won't be talking too much today. I'm really excited to get into the drawing, so I want to start that as soon as possible. But I will just do a really quick recap of what we have been doing for the past couple of months almost. So, I started doing I started doing art a long time ago, but just playing around with it and just having fun with it. And the more that I have done art, the more that I've kind of learned the power that there is within art. At first, it was like over 6 years ago, probably, when I really started exploring and experimenting with painting. And it became this like therapeutic thing for me, and it just helped me a lot um, through my low times, and then it helped me through my healing process. And then once I was healed, it helped me just become stronger and more in tune with myself, more self-aware, and it started expanding my creativity a lot more. So I just, the more I did it, the more I kind of fell in love with art. And when I say art, I mean like in general, I mean like in all of the arts. I'm absolutely a lover of music. I think most people probably love listening to music. And that's a beautiful and wonderful way to experience art. But there are so many other ways. And so I kind of just started exploring more with like each of the different arts. Did like arts and crafts, I did painting, I did drawings, I did body movement, dancing, and I'm not a great singer, but I absolutely love singing. And so, like, the more I kind of just like dip my toes in the arts and like try new things and explore new things and improve my skills, the more excited I get about it and the more in love with art I get. So, so through that journey, my brother actually, um, he he wanted to kind of explore as well, and he got this book called You Can Draw in 30 Days. And he has a channel if you guys want to check it out, which is really cool. It's called Perpetual Growth. He has a lot of channels. He started when he was really young, so that's his newest channel. His name is K Cortez. And so, yeah, he started doing these challenges on his Perpetual Growth channel about like learning new things. And one of the things that he challenged himself with was learning how to draw. So he got this book and he did it and he recorded the process, and then he gave me the book so that I could try it out. And I've never really done like a full extensive like class or anything like that, or like had a book to kind of learn out of. For me, my artistic process has mostly been just playing around with it and just having fun. And so, because I'm so in love with art now and I want to learn more about art and I want to get better at it and improve my skills, um, I thought it'd be really fun to also do the book that he did. And I did start it like a year ago, and I just never kind of kept up with it. But I've always thought about it. I'm like, oh, right, I have to go back to that book. I want to do that book. And I kept thinking that I wanted to do the book. And finally, I decided one day, to actually, like, unrelated to the book, I actually decided to just have fun and see if I enjoyed live streaming, and I started coloring. I went on live and I was coloring because coloring is another very therapeutic thing for me that I really enjoy. And I had fun. I had fun doing the live stream, and then I decided, hey, why not do the drawing book live? Like, it'd be really encouraging because I can learn and I have that kind of like accountability of like, I'm going live, so I'm gonna do it there. And so, like, it's a more motivating and a good reminder of like, I have to like work on this at least once a week. And I've also been wanting to be more consistent with my artistic side and exploring more of the arts, because sometimes I would go weeks without drawing or painting or doing anything, and I didn't really like that because I feel so much more myself. I feel more creative, I feel more excited, I feel more passionate, I feel more joy when I am doing art. So I wanted to be more consistent and have art be a bigger part of my life than it already was. So I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to start live streaming every week, and maybe I'll start doing the book. And so here we are. A month and a half or so later, we have done coloring, we've done charcoal drawing. I did some painting a couple weeks ago, and in between all of those things that I'm having fun with, I'm also learning how to draw from this book. So I do 2 weeks of the book, so I do a lesson of the book, then the following week I do another lesson, and then the third week I just do something else, just explore and have fun with something else. So that's what we're doing today. Last week we did lesson 7, which was advanced level cubes. And so this week I'm super excited because for the first few weeks and 7 lessons of this book, it's been mainly doing shapes, which is really fun because 3D shapes look really cool and you feel really proud of yourself after doing them. But I'm also really excited to do today's lesson because today's lesson is how to draw a koala. And something a lot of people actually don't know about me is that I've only ever really had 2 favorite animals in my life. And my very first favorite animal when I was growing up, when I was little, was actually a koala. And now, after like maybe my teens or my preteens, I kind of changed it to a penguin and it kind of stuck there, and it's always been a penguin. But those have been my 2 favorite animals like my whole life, a koala and a penguin. And I did draw a penguin live with charcoal a few weeks ago. If you guys want to watch that, it's in my channel, so you guys can watch that as well if you'd like. Anyways, so I think we can go ahead and get started. I said I wasn't going to talk much, but here I am. So I'll just do a little recap of what we have done so far. So this was our first lesson. We did, started simple with spheres and then an apple. Then we did the 2 balls, and then that went into the tennis balls. The stain is from tea. I spilled tea on it, so don't mind that. The lesson 3 was a bit more of like advanced spheres, how to do 3D, learned a little bit about perspective, and then we did a bonus drawing, which was the sphere city. And honestly, so far I think this is one of my favorites that I've done from the book so far. And that one was really fun. And then we did this one. We went into cubes next. I don't know if you can see that properly. And then we went on to do a bonus. That was lesson 5 actually. And then we did lesson 6, which was stacking the cubes. And then we did 7, which was getting a little bit more in depth and adding more shapes and stacking more to learn how to kind of work with like the shapes that you would use if you were to draw architecture, buildings and stuff like that. So, and then we are on to today, which is the koala. So I'm very excited to do that. And I'm gonna now switch over the camera and turn it to have a better view of the paper so you guys can follow along what I'm doing. You're welcome to just stick around and watch, or you can draw with me. If you guys want to grab a piece of paper and follow along, you're welcome to do that as well. So let's get started. Just gonna switch the camera here. Give me 1 second. Okay. Sorry, you guys. Okay, hopefully this is a good angle and you guys are able to follow along there. Okay. Okay. So with the book, it starts us off by telling us to draw three circles first. So we're gonna work with texture first. So we'll do 3 circles. And it says to kind of go a little bit light on it. Okay, so with the first circle, we're gonna add a little bit of texture to it. And it's gonna be like a fuzzy texture. So we'll go like this. I'll get it a little closer just so you guys have a little bit better view. Okay, I think that looks pretty cool. And then you can kind of just shade it a little bit. We'll just go a little bit darker here on this side. So our light source is going to be over here. It says our light. Okay, and then we'll do some shading here on the side. Okay, and then we can go on to the second one, and the second texture we're going to do is like spikes. So we'll do spikes, so instead of rounded marks, we'll go straight out to make it look like it's a spiky ball. So it's basically like the lines are pretty straight, the other ones were more curvy. So these are like sticking out. And then gives it that feel that if you were to touch this, it will feel pokey. And then we'll do the same thing with like a little darker on this side to give it that shade. Hello, Vendro, welcome. It's nice having you back. I saw you joined us on Patreon too. Thank you for that. Okay, so now we're gonna do the shadow on the side as well. You can do as many or as few spikes as you would like. Okay, and then the last one, we're gonna do it like almost like a dryer's lint. So it's like we're gonna do kind of like circular. So the other one was like tiny and it was going that way. This one we're going like almost doing really light circles. So it gives it a bit of a different texture from the fluff that we did first. And then same thing, based on our light source, we're going to go a little darker here on the left to provide some shading. Still doing the same thing, just going really light over it and doing circles. Hello, Daniel. Nice to see you here. Welcome. I'm wonderful. How are you? Okay, so I've got a little bit of shading done here. And then we'll do, again, same as the other ones, the shadow. There you go. And so basically we got this, and what the book recommends is that, hold on, let me see, can you guys see that? Yeah. Okay, so what the book recommends is to try and explore with different textures. So you can do way more than just the 3 balls. You can do, like, I'll show you guys an example of what one of the students did. Like the book, the author of the book is a drawing teacher, and he has students, and he uses samples of his students in the book. So I'll show you guys just one quick sample. These are a bunch of different student samples of textures you can do. So you guys can practice with that if you want to, and then just have fun. Just figure out how many different textures you can make out of these little balls. Hi, Terry. Terry S., welcome. Thanks for being here. Okay, so I'm excited. I think these look pretty cool, and that's very basic art. And I think we're off to a great start. So once we have that, we can actually get started on our koala, which I'm super excited about. I have been looking forward to this lesson for quite a few weeks now. So we start off with 1 circle. We'll go light as well. Don't want to go too hard with the pencil because we will be erasing some pencil marks later after we add the ears. And then we can make sharper lines once we've got the full drawing kind of set. For now, we'll go light. Okay, we've got our circle. Now we do our ears. So we'll do something like this. You can make them lower if you want. The book kind of has it a little bit more to the side. I want to go a little bit higher. So, trying to make sure I get it about the same. Okay. Looking good, I think. next we're going to add a nose to it. So we're adding this shape that the book shows. And then, hold on, I want to center it better. Okay, so almost like a little drop. So we're doing the shape of a drop. And so what the book recommends, you can fill it in black with the nose, but then leave a tiny little white spot. So I'm gonna circle it so I don't fill that in. So we'll fill most of it in and leave a little white spot so that it gives it that like reflection effect. Has a little highlight. And so that's light shining off the nose. So we leave that like that. Maybe I'll go a little darker, one sec, so that the white can stand out a little bit more. Perfect. I think that's pretty good because you can really see the white spot on there. So next we're going to add the eyes, which is another couple of circles above and each side of the nose. Okay, hold on. Maybe a little tiny bit bigger. Can you guys hear the music okay? Let me know if it's too loud or if it's a good volume. Okay, so I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger just so I could. Okay. Yeah, I think I like that. And so now we add the pupils, and same thing with the pupils. In the pupils, we will leave a white space, a white dot in it, so it also gives that like effect of like light shining off of it. So I'm gonna do another circle on the inside, and then we're gonna kind of another tiny one just so I know where I'll leave the white. It's super small, but hopefully you guys can see it. There you go. So it's here. So okay, I'm looking at the book, and it's actually really cool because the next step, it kind of just tells you how to do the ear. And I like that it gives you like the terms so you know exactly what you're drawing. So right here we're going to do a line that's called the helix. And it teaches you that this is something that we humans have and mammals have, so you can use these same techniques that we're learning for the koala for other animals as well. So that's the helix. And then we're going to do another line here, which is called the concha. Pronouncing it in Spanish, concha. I don't know if that's how it is in English, but it's spelled concha. So that's the concha right here. And then we do a little tiny loop here, and that loop is called I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce this right or if I'm gonna butcher it, but it's called the tragus, or it's spelled Tragus. I don't know if I can write on here. Hold on a second. Okay, I don't know. It doesn't let me. Ah! So sorry. I'm so sorry. It snapped out of the. So yeah, I don't I don't know for what. Okay. Whoa, that was, I'm so sorry you guys, my phone locked. I was gonna write it, but I can't see myself being able to comment. I don't know why. Is this a tutorial on drawing a teddy bear? I mean, you could draw a teddy bear this way. You just kind of change the shape of the nose, I think. But this is a koala. Okay. I'm so sorry about that, you guys. I don't know if that was super loud on your end. It snapped out of the tripod. Okay. So yeah, so that little loopy thing is the tragus. I don't know. Anyway, so we do the same thing on the other side. Go with the helix here. Then we go with the concha here. And then the tragus. I don't know, I'm probably not saying that right, but you get the idea. Oh, koala. Never mind, it's a koala. Yeah, almost the same. Yeah, exactly. This koala is looking hella cute, isn't it? Okay, in my humble opinion. Okay, so now we'll just do a little bit part of the body here. Okay. Okay, now this is the part I was mentioning, so we do have to get rid of some lines. So we'll get rid of these lines. So there we go. And then we start adding texture to it and shading it. So the texture we did for the first ball, that's the texture we're going to add to it. So we'll just start going with like, well, let's start with the ears here. I don't know, it looks too spiky. I'm gonna curve it a little. And curve it a little bit this way. Is the camera focusing properly? Can you guys see okay? Hold on, I'm gonna clean the camera real quick here. I see it looks blurry from where I'm. Can you guys see it? Like, I don't know why it looks blurry. Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. I'm glad that got fixed. Okay. Doing this texture on it is actually kind of soothing, to be honest. It's fun. Are you guys drawing with me or are you just watching? Either works, but I'm just curious. Daniel says, last time I drew an animal was in 7th grade. It was bamboozled by the results because it looked like my current drawings, but years in advance, oddly enough. Haven't tried it since I drew other stuff. Okay, well maybe this is your sign to give it another go. I haven't drawn too many animals in my life, but I definitely want to get better at it and try it some more because I really do like animals and I think it's fun to draw them. Rechautis, hola, hola, welcome back, bienvenido. Estamos dibujando una koala. Okay, so basically at this point we're almost done. And what we have left, you guys, if you haven't been here before, it's almost always the same process. We always end with shading and blending and doing the shadow. So that's what's next. We're gonna add some dark spots and blend it to make some shading. So since this is a little deeper, we'll go a little dark here. Since this will be darker as well underneath the head. And then we'll do a little, since the light is gonna be over here, we'll do a little darker on this side of his face. In the book, it doesn't seem like he added a whole bunch of texture in the inside of his face, but I'm going to, because I think it'll look much nicer. Here, I'll show you guys how he drew his. This is what I'm basing it off of. So I'm gonna add more texture because I think it'll look much nicer and more realistic because the koala is fluffy all the way through, right? Daniel says I'm just a spectator as usual. That's fine. I am happy you're here and it's entertaining enough for you to watch. This autocorrect. Oh, I didn't see you comment before. What about the autocorrect? I don't know. I think I missed a message. Ricardo, welcome, bienvenido. This is so relaxing and I am just watching, not drawing. Vine aquí a mirar un poco y terminé pegado en la pantalla. Oh, okay, that's a huge compliment. I really appreciate it because I don't know, sometimes I'm not sure if it's entertaining or fun enough to watch. Even though if you guys aren't drawing along, I don't know. So yeah, I appreciate it, you guys. I appreciate your words of encouragement. Because I really enjoy doing these lives. I just don't know how much people enjoy watching them. So thank you for joining me and being here. I know Daniel has been part of a lot of the lives, so that means a lot that you're encouraged enough to continue to come back. It's Very sweet. Okay, we're almost done with the texture, and then we'll shade a little bit more. I'm really loving this texture technique. It makes it look so fluffy. I wish that the book would show you the full drawing of the koala so I could draw the rest of his body, but it doesn't. So I'm gonna have to look that one up after on the internet and kind of explore that. But yeah, the book is mostly about doing the basics, so I totally get it. Okay, so we've got all the texture. Now I think we can add some more of the shading like we were doing before. This music makes it so like dramatic. It's like we're on a mission. Stakes are high. Okay. Okay, I think we've got it. I'm just gonna blend a little. Let me see where that Q-tip is. Still, after weeks of saying that I'm gonna get the tools to do blending, I still haven't gotten the freaking blending tools. I'm so like disciplined and consistent when it comes to doing the live streams, but other things take me much longer to get to, and buying supplies is one of those things that I'm like, I don't leave the house often enough to do it, and I don't order online very often. Okay, so with the blending, it did get rid of a little bit of the texture, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more on top. Daniel says, you do a good job at maintaining audience attention. Lately, I've been struggling with this, hence why I'm temporarily on break from doing it more. Okay. Well, I appreciate the compliment. I try, but also I try not to put too much pressure on myself, because even when people aren't here or when people aren't commenting, I just focus on the drawing and don't even notice, because I can get pretty hyper focused. If anything, I think it's a little bit harder for me to remember that I have to talk, because when I first started with like the, if you go and see my first live stream coloring, I basically didn't talk the whole time. So everything like in life, you know, it's a learning curve. Like when I watched it back, I'm like, ooh, that's kind of boring. Who's gonna want to watch that? I'm not even talking. I can't even, like, nobody knows what my process is. And so I decided, okay, maybe I'll talk a little bit more, at least explain what I'm doing and what's going through my mind. And it's, if anything, it's kind of become like, I don't know, like a fun thing for me when it comes to like voicing what I'm actually doing, even if nobody's watching, like just saying out loud, this is what I'm doing. I feel like it registers more in my mind. So I'm learning better and I'm understanding better what my process is, and what I can do better next time, because my whole purpose of this is, I have two purposes when it comes to doing these live streams. The first purpose is that I just want to do art more often and I want to get better at it. Like that's one. I know it sounds like it's two purposes, but that's two in one, because I want to do it more often because I want to get better, and the only way to get better is to practice, right? And so I just want to do it more often, and I thought this was a nice way to have that kind of accountability. But the second purpose is honestly just to inspire people to play with art a little bit more, because like in my business is all about encouraging people to embrace their creative side, and that's all I want, really. I feel like my purpose in life is to get people to just realize they're more creative than they think they are, and to have fun, and to have that space to have fun, not to make perfect art, but just to have fun with art, because art doesn't always have to be perfect and look good. A lot of the time, like, it's more about the process. So yeah, so that's why I'm doing these. So that's why I don't, like, that's maybe what I would recommend or encourage or advise to you. Like, if you're doing things just for engagement or views, then you're not gonna be as satisfied doing it, because you might not always get the results you want. But if you find a different purpose, like just improving your skills, just having fun with art, then none of the other stuff will matter, and you'll just do it for yourself. And then once you do that, like, I'm sure other people will also come along. Maybe they won't, but it won't matter, right? Okay, so this koala is super cute, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. I'm basically done, you guys. Oh, it's adorable. I really love animals. I'm definitely gonna get into drawing more animals for sure. This has proved it to me. It's so cute, I love it. Okay, so basically we're done. This is it. This is lesson 8. We're gonna do the bonus challenge, because there's always a bonus challenge at the end of each lesson. But this is basically the lesson, which is super cool because it's such a like easy way. Like, it's so easy. You guys saw that. It's so easy to draw it, but it ends up looking so nice, and you just, I don't know, feels it feels very like exciting to do something so easy that looks so nice. So we're done with the lesson, and so now I'm going to do the challenge. So in the challenge, it says, let's see. Okay, so it tells us here to, okay, well, I'm going to do a little bit different. Usually I do change it up. It does like give you that freedom to take what you've learned and do your own thing, but it gives you also recommendations. So here it says to do more, basically just practice, just do more koalas. And so it's just asking me to repeat this process over again and like do a whole bunch of them in the background. So instead of doing that, we'll do one more. I'll do another one of these, and then I'll try to do it a little bit more 3D and a little bit different than that, instead of doing a whole bunch of them. So we'll do it a little bit more detailed. So that's what we're going to do now. I'll do another one here at the bottom. Ricardo, thank you. Nice and calm class. Have a good one. Glorica, you guys take care too. Oh, thank you, Ricardo. Have a great day. And thanks for stopping by. It's really sweet of you. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Okay, so now, yeah, let's do another koala. Okay, That is pretty neat drawing. Oh, thank you, Daniel. Okay, so we'll start off with the face again. So this time we'll add maybe a mouth, and we'll change up the eyes a little bit. We'll try to do more realistic. So this is more cartoonish. So let's try and do a more realistic version of a koala. Let me look up a photo here. Okay. Oh man, these drawings are so cute. So I'm just basically going like on Google here, looking at some ideas. Oh, this is adorable. So maybe we can do something like this one. So we can do him like on a stick. Oh my god, this one's adorable. Okay, I'll do a mixture of different ones. Okay. So I want to do him sitting down like on a log, as on a tree, the branch as well. So we'll do the branch here. Okay. Okay. Okay, I won't go too dark on there. Can you guys see okay? Okay. I don't know, my camera's being weird. Okay, now I'm gonna do it. I don't know, should I do the body first and build up? Maybe. Let me see a closer picture. So he's gonna have his little back leg over here. So he's sitting on it. So his little body here. His other little arm is gonna be like here. We'll draw his fingers later. Just doing a rough sketch first. And his part of his little body here. And then his other arm is going to be holding this side of the branch. And we'll do the face around here. So a little bit close to the top one. Oh my god, perfect. Okay, I'm liking it, I'm liking it. Maybe make this bigger here. Okay, Andrew, give me a thumbs up so you can see okay, that's good. Okay. And we'll erase part of the branch here so you can see he's holding on to it. They have kind of long fingers. I'm gonna make the branch a little thinner so we can show him actually grabbing onto it. Okay, perfect. We'll draw some more branches and maybe leaves later. Vendro says looks great. Thank you. I'm really having fun with this because we've been like drawing so many shapes since we started doing these lessons. I haven't really gotten to draw something like this, and I mean I did take a break and do the penguin with charcoal, which was really fun, but I'm really enjoying this as well. Okay. I think now we can start with the texture on the outside and then we'll work away, and or I guess we'll do the ears. Okay, so I'm gonna do the nose a little bit different than I did in the book because I'm noticing from the photos that I showed you guys here, I'll show you again, the different, like his nose is not, it doesn't really look like a drop. Like that's different. I can't like open them. It's weird. Okay. Oh, adorable. Okay, so we're gonna do something more like that. So yeah. And then so it's more like that. Forgot to leave the little white spot. Okay, and then I'm gonna do his eyes a tiny bit different and smaller than I did before because it seems like he has pretty small eyes. Something like that. I don't know, that makes him look a little bit like upset. Let's see if we can make like a little mouth so he doesn't look so upset. Do a little. No, it doesn't really look that realistic with the mouth. Maybe we do like a little bit. It has something like this. Yeah, it's better. I want him to look happier. Let's change this a little. There we go. There we go. Cutie. Okay. Adding all the texture into the rest of the body because I'm pretty sure we've done the drawing. Okay, so I'm just doing the shading, so I'm just going over the darker spots but still doing the texture within that spot. I'll blend it in a moment and then go over it again. But I'm really liking how it's turning out. I'm definitely interested in drawing more animals for sure. Obviously the bottom side's gotta be darker because there's gonna be shading there because that's where he's sitting, underneath his belly, under his head, a little bit more on his left side. Inside his ears. Oh, he cute. He's so cute. I'm gonna call him Bernie. Why? I don't know. First name that came to my mind. Okay. Do a little bit of blending and then I'll go over it again. Blending here. Blending here. Do the belly. His booty. In between. And the crevices. The left side, because the light's coming from our left. I mean our right. So our left is darker. Oh man, he's hella cute. I'm loving this. Okay. Gonna darken up his little nose over here. I'm loving him. Okay, I'm gonna sharpen this up so we can finish up the fur. I feel like this might end up being one of my shortest live streams. I didn't think that this was gonna go by so fast. And it's probably honestly one of my favorite drawings that we've done from the book. Because don't get me wrong, the shapes were fun, but they were shapes. And so it's good to learn the basics, but when you do an actual drawing, oh man, the excitement is real for me. Look at that. Vendro says I can feel the furriness, right? I love it. Doing this texture is actually really fun. I'm glad you can, I can like appear realistic for you through the camera. It's exciting. Maybe it's too sharp. Let's not go too sharp. Okay, that's better. Thanks for sticking around with me again, Vendro. It's very sweet of you. We're almost done. You would think that this is so tedious that it's boring, but it's actually so fun and relaxing. Especially as you like kind of see the drawing come to life. The more lines that you add to it, it's like magic. Sorry, someone was calling. Can you? Oh, it's not focusing. There. Sorry. I didn't think I could receive calls while I was in a live stream. It's probably one of those spam calls too. Vendro says, "You're the sweet one. Thanks. You deserve a lot more viewers." Nah, you're the sweet one. It's not about the views. It's about, you know, having fun. And I'm having fun. And, you know, quality people like you. If it's just me and you here, that's good enough for me. It's still fun. It's nice to see that it's entertaining enough for you to stick around and enjoy this. And maybe it'll inspire you to pick up a pencil sometime. But did you know that there are actual health benefits to not just doing art, but looking at art? So even just watching or like going to a museum, going to an art gallery, like it's good for your brain. So even if you're just here watching, it's good for you. Isn't that crazy? Okay, we're done. And he's adorbs and I love him. Our little Bernie. He will definitely be coming back. I'll be drawing some more koalas in the future. I guarantee you that. This was hella fun. So he's done, but since, you know, I'm kind of in the mood, I'm gonna just work on this little branch as well. Make it look nice as we've got time. Vendro says you stream at the perfect time too. Oh, that's actually really good to know because I was streaming at 2 p.m. PDT before, and I just recently started switching it up to 4 because it wasn't giving me enough time to do other things before the live stream. And so I needed that extra time. So I'm glad that this is working out because it works so much better for me too. Make it seem like there's a bunch of leaves and stuff in here without. A lot of more branches in a sec. Do you watch NHL? Playoffs have been entertaining. I don't watch. I know I don't. I'm not a. Yeah, no, I'm not really a sports person. I only really watch soccer like when the FIFA is on, and that's about it. And aside from that, I watch WWE, but it's not. It's like more acting and stunts than it is. I don't know if it's considered sports because it's not the kind of wrestling that people do when they do tournaments and stuff in school and high school and college and stuff. It's different kind of wrestling because there's a lot of acting involved in it. But I really enjoy it because I think the stunts are really cool and they're very like very talented. And the acting, the storylines are really fun as well. But yeah, when it comes to sports, yeah, the only really thing that I watch is when the World Cup is happening. I'll watch and cheer for my teams, for Colombia and Canada. Are you cheering for any specific teams in the NHL? I'm gonna add some shading at the bottom here. And then just some lines to give it that woody texture. I need Canadian teams for Toronto, Winnipeg, and Edmonton. Okay, cool. There's a member in our Patreon group, and he comes to our events that I host on a monthly basis. The one I mentioned last time that I do on Zoom, and he's a huge fan of the Oilers. So I have seen him post some stuff about them winning. Right? They won something recently. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I live in Vancouver now, but I don't necessarily cheer for one specific team. I did go watch the Oilers when I was in Edmonton, and it was really fun to be there. But to me, it was just more about the actual, like, just fun and experience, seeing something new. But since I wasn't, like, raised here, I wasn't really raised with hockey. Okay. So we are basically done. Gonna turn the camera around and say our goodbyes. Just doing a little bit of shading before we go. Did this tree branch really quick and like messy just because it's not the main attraction here, you know. But it's not too bad. Not too shabby. Okay. Okay. We did it, my friend. We are done. Typical me says we're done and I keep going. I don't know how many times I've done that, but I do that every video. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna hook you from the tripod and give you a close-up. We've got our textured balls. We've got our koala. And we've got our second koala. How about that? I think that, yeah, I could say that this is my favorite drawing from the book so far. This was super fun and probably the simplest and easiest to do, and yet, like, my favorite. Okay, turning the camera around now. Hello. Okay. And there we have it. I am so happy with today's drawing, like so happy. And I think it was really fun, and it was a good idea to try and do his whole body from like the image that I found online, because I really did want to learn how to draw the full thing and not just his head. So I think that was a good idea and I like the results. So, okay. So yeah, there we go. Oh, I'm just loving it. I'm so happy. Like, I know it's not the perfect drawing, but I just really like the improvement that I'm making. And I just really do like koalas. It was my favorite animal when I was little, and so it's pretty cool kind of coming back to it. And I think he looks super cute. So there we go. I'm gonna be back next Wednesday at 4 p.m. PDT again. So hopefully I'll see you again. If not, it's cool if you can't make it. Like, no pressure. But the live stream is always on my channel if anybody does want to go back and watch them. I always leave them there anyways. And well, Mendro, you're on Patreon, so thank you for that. Anybody else that might be watching, you're welcome to join us on Patreon. You can join for free. I post updates and details about the hangouts that I host on Zoom. If anybody wants to join us there, you can join for free if you want. If you want to support my business, Reflect and Create, you can upgrade, and it's just $5 a month. And that money goes towards the events that I host, because the events are completely free. They're 100% free. So anybody can join, and it's covered by people that donate or that join Patreon. So basically, it's like a pay it forward model, you know, like those that can afford it are paying it forward so that others that cannot afford it, they can still join and be part of the events and do it for free. So yeah, so there's those options. You guys can also follow me on Instagram if you want to, Glorica Cortez. And yeah, I'll be back next week. And since this is the second week of the book, next week we're going to take a pause from the book and we're going to go back to the painting, the self-portrait that I was working on a couple weeks ago. That's what we're going to do next Wednesday. So we'll do the painting, and then the following week we'll go back to another lesson from the book. So that's what's coming up next. Daniel says you did a good job. Oh, thank you, Daniel. It was really nice having you back as well. So yeah, I think those are all the updates. And the next event that I'm hosting is next weekend on Saturday at 2 p.m. PDT. If you guys want to join, you can get the Zoom link. You can either you can go to my Instagram, Glorica Cortez, the Reflect and Create, and in the broadcast channel, Grow with the Arts, you can get the Zoom link there. Or if you want more updates, more details, and reminders, you can sign up to our email list. So the form is in the description below if you want to sign up. And yeah, you'll get the Zoom link there too, or you get the Zoom link on Patreon. So any of those work, whatever is best for you guys. You can get the Zoom link and join us on Saturday, May 17th at 2 p.m. PDT. And we'll get to do some art together. You guys can watch like you do the live streams, but if you want to participate, you're welcome to participate as well, which I'm like super excited for this one because um, we're doing like some art that I've never tried before. Well, I tried it now because I always do it ahead of time, but it's something that I hadn't done before, and it was super fun to do and super therapeutic and relaxing. So yeah, I'm excited to share that with you guys. So see you guys. Thank you, Mendro. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, everyone that joined today. And I think that is it. That's that, you guys. Thank you for being here and have a great rest of your week. Bye.